Hello and welcome to the overview video for NetDispatcher. This video will highlight some of the features this software has to offer to better assist you and your business with reaching your goals. Compared to the previous version of NetDispatcher, the home screen for the newer version has a much smoother and cleaner look to it. On the home page you will see news and updates, statistics for customers, jobs, and others, and in the middle of the page, as you can see here, you can look at your alerts and workflows. We will discuss this section later in the overview video. As far as the sales portion of NetDispatcher, it is almost completely identical to the predecessor. You can add new leads and track the progress of those leads. Also, you will have your statistics for your sales targets, and you can break it down by either teams or by individuals. So under the customers, as you can see, we have three subsections. We have customers, assets, and contacts. So once you have successfully closed that deal with your lead from the sales section, it will get added to the customer section. And the list right here will show you the most recently added customers down to the oldest. So as you can see from the top here, we have some buttons from left to right. We got the add new, so that's add a new customer. Make a copy of a customer information, and in order to do that you would need to select the little box next to the customer that you wish to copy. Same for the delete button, you would have to select which customer information you would like to delete. Here you could show the removed customers, some that you have deleted. All you would have to do is click the show button. This button right here is to download customers, so select which customer information you would like to download and it will download it to an Excel file on your computer. This button is to upload customer information from a file on your computer. This little gear icon here takes you to editing forms, so pretty much the template builder for the customer card. You got your customized columns on what you're going to see here on the main page, and then whether or not you want to see this in full screen. Here you can print off the customer selection information, and here is to refresh the customer list. So let's go ahead and add a new customer. And for training purposes, we will go ahead and select the commercial customer form. So as you can see here, because of the form that we are using, it already comes set with these fields, but you can edit these templates that are currently defaulted on the software, or you can build your own templates to your liking. And I will show you how to do that a little later on. So here we added a new customer. You can add a website if you want. It's not mandatory. You can make these fields be mandatory or not. So we will go ahead and save. And I'm going to show you the template builder. So edit forms. So if we wanted to, like I said, we could either add a new template or we can go ahead and edit one that already came in the software. So we'll go ahead and look at the commercial. Here's a list of fields that are already pre-installed. But if you can't find anything from that list that you would like to add, all you would need to do is create a new field. Call it whatever you like, and you could change the type of field it's going to be, whether it's just a simple input, a search box, text area, checkbox, radio button, date and time, service history, or attachments. We'll leave it as a simple input field. And because we're on the customer card, this operative type does not matter at the moment, so we will click ready. And that is how we have our new box. Also, you can drag and drop these boxes to a location that you prefer on that form. So we're going to go back and not save. Now we are going to show the assets. Now your assets are your separate properties, buildings, locations, or pieces of equipment that you want to attach to a particular customer. As you can see, the same buttons from the customer section are here on the asset section with the same operations. So we will go ahead and add a new asset for the customer that we just created. Right here. And as you can see, it auto-populates the fields that were on the customer card. So we will go ahead and give it a property name. Is this account active? Yes. Security system? No. These are property notes. And let's say this person from the company gave us some lawn care information. So we could just go ahead and fill in this box real quick with some information. So we will save this, and now we have a new asset, and this will be attached to that customer. So whenever we're creating a job and we're putting in the asset information, or whenever you're creating an invoice, it's going to know what customer it is attached to use that billing information. So now we're going to create a job for the customer that we just added, and also their property. As you can see, the layout here is very similar to the customer and asset section, with these same buttons up here doing the same operations as the previous ones. So we're going to add a new job, and as you can see, once again, there's already default forms in the system. So since we added lawn care information for the customer of JF Enterprises, we'll go ahead and create a lawn care maintenance form. We'll click continue. Customer name. And once again, it's going to auto-populate all these fields. And that is going to be defaulted to lawn care maintenance. You could change that in the form builder for jobs, and you can have it where it is either a drop down of a few different job types, or you can have it where it is defaulted as it is here. So we're going to assign this to a workers of ours. Jane Smith. We'll have a start. We'll say they want to start tomorrow at noon. And with the job status, you could have it for a few different statuses, as you can see: not sent, sent, in progress, hold, completed, or canceled. This is going to depend on whether or not it's going to be immediately dispatched to the worker in the field, and whether or not they're going to be able to see it. So we're going to go ahead and put it as sent. This information will get completed once the worker finishes it in the field. Any materials that are going to be needed for the job, you would add it right there. So the property name, which was location 1, type that into the box. It'll bring it up, select. So all that bit of information we had in the asset card, all that information gets auto-populated into these fields so that you don't have to manually do it every time for that job. So we'll go ahead and click save. And as you see, we now have this job, and because we did send it, it is now dispatched to Jane Smith, who is in the field. This is the dispatching section, a little bit different than before. We'll go ahead and redo this layout. As you can see from here, just tap on the button and you can change the layout of what you want to see. This one right here tends to be the most common that we see. So we'll go ahead and change this one to a map. And if you have the GPS feature that we do offer, then you would be able to see your workers wherever they are at in real time. So we know the job is for tomorrow, so we'll select the next day, and as you can see, it is currently in the dispatching portion. So if you need to edit any of the details from the dispatching section, all you would need to do is double click on the icon, and you could go in here and add or edit any information that you need. We're going to go ahead and click save. Alright, so let's say that the job gets completed. So we will go back in, completed by, so let's say Jane Smith completed this job, and she did it at the times. And as you see on the dispatching, it's going to change colors to green, letting you know that the job was successfully completed. So we'll go ahead and invoice this customer now. And how we could do that is one of two ways. You can either go in the invoicing and create a new invoice for that customer, or when you go into the jobs, you select on the job that was completed and that you would like to create an invoice for. Scroll down to the very bottom, and you will click Create Invoice. And depending on how much of that customer information you have filled out on their card, that will determine what will get filled out in the actual invoice. So since we filled out all those fields, all these fields get auto-populated with the appropriate information. You can edit anything before you send it out. You can change the term days, and I'll change the dates for you. Here you can add whether any more parts or materials or any services or labor was added on. Message displayed. This is what the customer will see, and the internal notes are what the company will see. So from here, you can either preview it to see how it will look like, and it's going to download it like a PDF file for you. You can save it and close it if you want to send it off later, or you can hit the save and send, and it will send it to the email that is in this field right here. We're going to go ahead and save and close, and click save again. The settings section is a little bit different. As you can see, it's cleaned up a bit compared to the previous version. Here in the settings, this is where you can add new users into the account. You can edit the settings so that certain users or groups can only see certain things on the software by clicking the user access management. Here is where you can also create alerts and workflows to send reminders to either yourself, the customer, or worker who is assigned to that order. These alerts can be edited to the finest details, also allowing the recipient to send a response back to you. Our service agreements can be simple and they can be complex and technical depending on how you wish to use them. Our service agreements are items that automate many of the typical reoccurring tasks. This can include weekly lawn mowing or monthly preventative maintenance. When service agreements are running, they create either orders or work order proposals. Here in the materials list, on work orders, you can attach a materials box so you can add materials or services to the job order so that the worker who receives the dispatch can see what he or she needs to bring for the job. NetDispatcher can help you achieve your goals for your company. It has been shown that our software can reduce your company's costs and increase profits by nearly 20%. Our software is all cloud-based, meaning that you do not have to worry about stacks of files from getting lost or damaged. We can make your operation run more smoothly and efficiently. Give us a call today and try our free 14-day trial. We promise that you will not be disappointed. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we hope you have a wonderful day.